Often I'll say that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, so let's get that foundation down first. You're a triune being, your body, soul, and spirit. We're going to break this down. So this is the self portion of you, what we call body. This is the soul, or what we call the heart level. And this is the divine, spiritual side of you, the I am. We're going to talk today about, it says that, now depending upon what version of scripture you're looking at, it's going to say, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. But the truth of the matter is, it should read, where your heart is, there your treasure will be also. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is talk about what treasure is. Treasure is anything that you desire on the without. So treasure is the, we'll make a simulated treasure case. That's a treasure case there, but that's the without. So treasure is going to be anything on the without. It says where your heart is, we're talking here, heart. Now again, treasure is a physical representation of that thing that you want on the without. It says where your heart is, there your treasure. So treasure is going to show up in the self, whatever it is that you're feeling in the self, and it's going to be out pictured in what we call reality. So treasure is what you believe at the self level. Let's say money, love, health. You get the point. And treasure is always expressed on the without. So whatever you see, this is the 5 sense you. So we got the 5 sense, the feeling nature, call that the feeling nature. And of course, let's not forget spirit. Spirit is that faith aspect of who you are, faith. So you got the feeling nature, you got the 5 sense, me, myself, and I, and the 5 senses, taste, touch, so forth. So whatever you're believing at a conscious level, we're going to go and get some names here. So we're going to call this conscious, subconscious, superconscious. That's your divine self, I am. It says, where your heart is, again, as a man, woman thinks in his or her heart, so is she, so has she, so does she. Where your heart is. Now, when we're talking about the heart, we said that that's your feeling nature. That's your feeling nature. What happens is you start feeling it, you start seeing the evidence in your 5 senses. Now, that evidence is going to be good, bad, or indifferent. So if you're feeling and you're vibrating lack, for example, then lack is what's going to show up in the 5 senses. Whatever you're holding at the heart, it says, as a man, woman thinks in his or her heart. Well, as a man, woman thinks in his or her heart, so is she. So what you're holding and feeling as true, you're going to see the expression of it in your 5 senses, and it's going to be out-pictured in what we call reality. In this case here, your treasure. So understand this. Your treasure is good, bad, or indifferent. It's whatever it is that you're giving continual attention to. So if you're giving continual attention to lack, then of course lack is what's going to show up. If you're giving continual attention to abundance, then of course abundance is what's going to show up. You got to understand, whatever you're affirming at the I am level, the God self, whatever you attach to I am, that's what's going to show up into your reality. So now you say, well, how do I know what I'm affirming in I am? Jesus said you shall know a tree by its fruits. Again, the fruits is what we call treasure. The physical outcome, the physical, what's being manifested. So whatever's being manifested, this is what you're affirming at your I am level, at the faith level. And again, Faith is a favorable anticipation in thoughts held. So whatever it is that you're holding at a superconscious, subconscious level, especially what you're holding at your soul level, heart level, that's what's going to be showing up in your world, as it were. So just be mindful that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So again, your spirit having a self or human experience, or what we call, that's operating at a state of ego. So whatever you're holding in I am must and will show up in the self and be outpictured into what we call reality.